We've been living in our van for 32 days and we've been up to quite a bit. In this video, we're going to go over how the van is holding up and how much money we've spent so far. But first, montage.
Including the vlogs we've put out, we have travelled to Gravelines and Dunkirk in France and Bruges, Brussels and Antwerp in Belgium. Some friends then came and visited us and we all travelled to Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Then we carried on to The Hague and then to Rotterdam for King's Day and for Sam's 27th birthday. We then went to Utrecht in a little mini heatwave, and our latest stop off has been Hamburg in Germany for our 10-year anniversary.
Now, how has the actual van lasted over the 30 days? Really well. Battery consumption, absolutely fine. When we took the van to Scotland, that's when we had an issue with battery consumption, and that was because of our fridge. And that is now changed, which has made that not a problem. The only problem is it's a little bit smaller, and because it's a chest fridge, when you want to get something out at the bottom, it's a pain. Our water system has worked perfectly. It is a small one, but we haven't found any issues so far, but that's only when we've been in Central Europe, so maybe more difficult in Norway, but we'll see. Filtering the water, we filter it when we fill it up and when we, for drinking as well. So we have this Gravity one and that works really well for us. And washing up, because it's such a big square sink, is a bit easier, isn't it? We don't ever leave pans in there just waiting to be done. Carrying on with cleaning, we give it a sweep out ever so often, and a few things have changed location, so we keep our trusty brush at just a hand's distance for when the floor is a little bit dirty, especially when there's sand, it just gets everywhere. And then cleaning our clothes, we have gone to the laundrette 3 times, and that we did the bedding once. The bedding is due another one, but that has been an absolute, that hasn't been an issue, and we haven't even gone through all of our clothes yet either. Then when it comes to cleaning ourselves, we've had 2 showers at a petrol station, 1 at a campsite. We stayed in an Airbnb for 2 nights, so 2 there, 2 days. And then when the friends were with us, we had 1 at their place as well. So that's 6 showers out of the 30 days. And that was fine. When you're in Central Europe, it's a bit more difficult. Like now we've come to somewhere. We wild swimmed and it was just way easier. Little cold, but fine. Then quality of sleep. I struggled the first few nights, but that was just getting used to it, and I never really sleep that well anyway. Holly's been absolutely fine. When you're in a city, it is a little bit more difficult because there is just noise, but as soon as you come out, it's just lovely. The bed is so comfortable, and I don't know, no complaints there. Absolutely fine. We'll mention illnesses quickly. The only one to be ill has been Holly. We were just about to see some windmills in Zaandam?
Yeah.
Zaandam, and yeah, she was like, "Someone pull over." Like, I can't pull over right now. She just threw up in a bag just before seeing windmills. So that's why we didn't vlog for that one, did we?
No.
Funny, one illness. We've managed to, and that was it, wasn't it? It was only a few hours.
Yeah, it was literally, I was sick, I felt a bit rough, and then I was fine.
Yeah, wasn't a problem at all.
No.
Got some neighbours now. Then hidden behind here is our toilet, and emptying it's been fine. Using it is absolutely fine. To smell a bit, so we just have the vent on. You might not want to know, but there you go. And we did have one issue where we let the number 1 fill up a little bit too much. So that's just something we have to stay on top of, because that was not fun. And yeah, you don't want that. But no damage and no smell still. We cleaned it up. It was not an issue. It was just not a fun day. Then usually I'm the cook for dinner, but Holly's doing it this evening, and I'll show you at the end because it looks lovely. Food quality for us has been perfect. Yeah, I love to cook, so we've always tried to do exactly the same meals that we would do at home, and some a little bit new as well. We're still experimenting, but dinners, oh, the Italian in me. What can I say? I don't think she found that funny. Whoa, look at that. Well done, Holly. Great job. And then last thing I have to say about it, yeah, it's a small van, but it is holding up. If you build everything all right, then it doesn't break on you, and then I guess that's all right. Just see a lot of people on YouTube saying it falls apart, but maybe if something does fall apart, then it's my fault, and that's because of the build. It's not just because it's a van. But now on to money with Holly.
We're going to break down our first month of expenses into categories before giving an overall total at the end. To make it as realistic as possible, we haven't included all of our leisure spending because we've had to get some extra bits like some clothes or an extra hat for Sam, of course, on our way, and we don't feel like these are needed here. Obviously, a lot of these purchases were made in euros, but we use Monzo, and that shows the converted price into pounds as well, which is really helpful. So all of these figures will be in pounds. So starting off with any parking that we've had to do during the day only, that came in at £44.51. On eating out or getting any coffee out, we've spent £390.78. On all that beer that we've drunk, we've spent £65. On our food shopping, it came to £427.70, and any other supplies we've needed to get, such as gas or sawdust, that came in at £43.40. We've spent £276.22 on diesel, which actually in most of Europe turns out to be cheaper than petrol, which was quite a surprise to us. On park-ups for the night or campsites, we've spent £23.49. We've been doing quite a bit of touristy sightseeing, so this all came to £134.29. Any form of travel, such as the train or a bike, and including our ferry from Dover to Calais as well, this cost us £213.22. All of our utilities, so this being laundry, water, showers, came in at £12.46. Our eSIM that we use for our phone data in Europe is a monthly cost of £53. And finally, in a lot of Europe, there's low emission zones that you might have to pay for, or road tolls. So this came into £12.85. So that brings our total monthly cost to £1,696.92. Some of these sections might seem a little bit expensive, but like I said, we have been doing quite a bit of touristy stuff, and it is the start of our holiday, so that's why we've broken it down into sections for you.
And the last thing to say is there has been a few up and downs, but we're enjoying it so much and we love making the videos, so I hope you've enjoyed this one and all the other ones we've put out. A full van tour is coming, we've just got to be in the right environment to be able to make it. It is now day 41 and we've made it to Norway, and now I can imagine the video is going to change a little bit more. Rather than being your city break, it's going to be a lot more hiking, and I can't wait for that. The spending is going to be probably a little bit different because we're not going to be doing as many activities, but I can imagine it's going to cost about the same because Norway is already looking quite expensive. With the van, there's still a lot of processes that we have to figure out, but it's all going to come, and that's probably for another video anyway. But I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you in the next one.